Go ahead. All right. Today we're going to learn about the different types of mezonos when they become hamoitzi after kvius suda. So there's three types. One for sure becomes hamoitzi if we do kvius suda. One for sure never become hamoitzi, no matter how much you're going to eat. And one of the desfekes. So we're going to start with the one which is for sure become hamoitzi. Anything that the bliloson avo, meaning it made the dough make like a bread dough. Among them is a pizza. It's a regular dough. Now in this case, it's irrelevant if it's made with a fruit juice or not. We're talking about it's a mezonos because it has more than a fruit juice. Even it has an milui, like you have sugar, or chocolate, or fruits. It's full milui. It's a lot more than fruit juice. Even it's made with like I said, with all the milui in it, which is mezonos normally. But if you make kvius suda, lekula alma, there's no machlokas. I know yesterday I had a lot of back and forth with some people. There's definitely no machlokas on this. And anything that's blilosa ava, that the regular bread dough, even though it's normally if you eat a little bit will be mezonos, but when you eat kvius suda, which is we're gonna talk about it tomorrow, exactly how you measure the kvius suda. But normally, if it's your meal, that's what we said generally, then you're gonna say hamoitzi. So, like I said, that goes in at pizza or any other cake that has a regular dough, but has a meal. If you eat enough shiur that's your meal, it's gonna become hamoitzi. So that's one type. Then there is another type that bevadai, no matter how much you're going to eat, it's never going to become hamoitzi. Which one is this one? So that's one of them is wafers. It's brought this lotion even wafers and the poskim among them. That's Rabbeinu Yoina, Bach, Mogen Avrom, and many achronim. However, the Taz he says he brings a shtickle suffix into this. He says preferably you should not eat it out of the suuda. If you make a kvius suuda, because according to all of them, it's still mezonos, but it might turn to hamoitzi. Says, but that's why if you're planning to eat a lot of it, it says better. It says to wash. But again, but according to most poskim, wafers. The reason for it, why they picked on wafers, so just the concept, because it's such a blila raka. It's so thin that the wafers. It doesn't have tzuras a pas. No matter how much you eat, it's not going to turn to a pas. We're saying over there by wafers, if you decide to buy a big pack of wafers and eat them, gesundheit and refuah shalema, but you're not going to say hamoitzi. It's going to be,
Would a flaky dough fall into that category?
Oh, okay. So we're gonna talk about lichoira flaky dough. I didn't look into the. It looks like it's under this category because it's a mamash belila raka. Now,
like that phyllo dough stuff too, it just falls apart.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, phyllo dough.
Yeah. Now, another thing is it mentioned. I'm saying mamash does mentioned in the poskim lokshen. The Ramo brings the Gabe lokshen and also the Alter Rebbe, because and then it also mentioned this that's lokshen. No matter how much you're gonna eat, it's not gonna convert to a hamoitzi. Even if you kvius. Oh, it's not just a pashut. It's not only because it's cooked, because there is such a inyanim. There is certain breads in certain communities they make them cooked, and it's not just a pashut. It's not because it's not only because it's cooked. Not only that, because the shape of it doesn't have any tzuras apas to it. Lokshen doesn't have any tzuras apas. Thing that has tzuras apas already goes into sveikas. Okay, well, let me talk about this now. Let's not talk about now cooked bread. Okay, so, talk about lokshen now.
You have to say boil.
Okay, lokshen not only because it's boiled or cooked, because it doesn't have at all tzuras apas. Okay.
You do have luctions that are baked, by the way. You also, you have like noodles that are baked. You could do, and that would be, then the tourist pas comes in. I'm saying, but even so, let's say you're eating them plain. He's saying.
If you eat a lukshen kugel, it's mezonos.
Again, we're not talking about a regular bracha. We're talking about when you make kvius suda. When you eat so much of it, it becomes your meal. We're not talking about everything I'm mentioning now. It's all the bracha rishon. If you eat a little bit, it's mezonos. All of those things. We're talking about if you make kvius suda on a wafer, on a lokshen, it remains mezonos. Even if you make kvius suda. The other food is daisa. It's a farina. Farina. No matter how much you're going to eat, if you're going to make your whole meal. cream of wheat?
Nobody knows farina. Cream of wheat.
Cream of wheat.
Us young people know farina.
Okay, cream of wheat is going to always be mezonos no matter how much you eat out of it. Okay, I'm telling you, we're going to, they talk about the cooked, there is such a some bread, they cook them, not necessarily everybody maskim is going to stay mezonos. It's already over there, it goes into machlokas because there's tzura sapas. There's few factors when it's going to remain mezonos. Like by the wafer, yeah? The wafer, even though it's very thin, again, the tzura over here.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Yeah.
A bagel is boiled before it's baked. If you would eat it after it's boiled, it's mezonos. After you bake it, it's hamoitzi.
Okay, we'll talk about the bagels, not today. We will talk about the bagels. Okay, now, then there is thing that goes in the suffix. Again, for sure, hamoitzi, the thing with tzura sapas, like any cake with a regular dough, or pizza. If you, again, the berchosa rishoyno, even it's, by the way, pizza, I'm not saying the berchosa rishoyno is a mezonos, lav davka, we already spoke about in the previous shurim. According to most poskim, pizza is a moitzi, even
If it's not, kaveh suda.
Even it's not kaveh
That's what I
suda.
want to clarify.
Even, and how much more it's kaveh suda, lekula alma, even those which is hold.
What about a babka cake? It's mamish challah. So they put
Okay, I'll tell you, let me talk about things I prepared. You have a
you
lot
said
of
you
scenarios.
did-
I'm
you
not
did.
mentioning everything. I'm going to announce what is the sfakis are.
Because you started it off saying it doesn't matter if it's sugar or chocolate. It's hamoitzi. You don't remember.
Again. Right now, today, we're covering everything that the Baruch Rishoyna is, even its mezonos, if you make a kvius suda, whether it's going to become a moitzi or not.
Babka would have come hamoitzi.
So it's like this. With the babka, I really didn't want to talk about today. If it was already was a matzah, it was already, let's say, it was a moitzi, what was
No,
it?
not that babka, chocolate babka. It's a cake. It's like the cookies
Oh,
Cookies
you're talking
cake.
about not the Russian babka,
Russian babka, American babka.
The American babka.
the American babka. Okay, so what's
Hungarian
again?
babka.
Tell me. So what's
Challah,
It's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a challah dough with chocolate rolled into it, like a cookish cake.
Oh,
style.
so according to most, it's mezonos.
But
According,
if your kaveh suda would have become hamoitzi.
yeah, sure, it's
exactly
tzura sapas. Wait, the dough is a
So somebody, if someone's planning on having, let's say, half a babka cake, he has to sit and wash and make hamoitzi.
what's half? Give me ounces.
It's gonna be over 8 ounces.
Yes, if you survey, it's over 8 ounces. And you survey, we're going to talk about tomorrow about the amount. You're going to make a moitz in it. Yes. Now, which the sveikis? One of them we spoke yesterday. That was the terita. That was the raps. The raps said it was a machloikis. What's the bracha on it? Some saying even you kaveh suuda that will be mezonos. However, because it's this machloikis, some saying it's going to become a moitzi. Some saying it's going to remain. It's going to remain mezonos. That's why we recommended that the bach. It's not the bach says you should always either eat less than kvius suuda, or if you eat kvius suuda, eat it make hamoitzi on something else, because on that was on the wraps was a machloikis. So that's why that's a suffix. Again, according to this, I mean, it's the following the bach. More than the recommend you should wash for it for hamoitzi and then eat it. Now. Okay, you're talking about Lakshan Kugel, right? Yeah, we said already, Lakshan is mezonos. It's never going to become a moitzi. One of them is one of the factors, Surah Sapas, yeah. Now, also, now blintzes. So it's like this. If you look in the Alter Rebbe, if it was more ava, the blintzes was more like the terita. That like the wraps, yeah. Then it's a tzad. It's gonna if you eat kvius suda, it's gonna become a moitzi. There's such a tzad, yeah. However, the Alter Rebbe says himself that if it's so made so thin today, especially it's not just thin flour. They mix in it sugar and other stuff. They make it very already, and it's very thin. Then the way they make today, if you eat cheese blintzes.
It's mainly eggs anyway.
Oh, so looks like over there, even you're gonna make kvius suda, you're gonna buy a whole more than half a pound and make your kvius suda with cheese blintzes. It looks like it's gonna remain mezonos. Now, there's the last thing I'm going to bring today. It's macaroons. So the Kaf HaChaim, he brings poskim saying both ways. then it's better not to eat them. Again, that's Lamaisa. So you see most of the poskim, including the Bes Yosef and many others,
It
saying
was like a macaroons or shahako.
no, not the Pesach the macaroons. I'm talking about the.
Any macarons.
Because they have macaroons all year round. They're made out of
Yeah, whatever.
shahako.
That idea.
What, I'm not saying it right in
I
English.
think those are macarons.
They're not
I think those are
macaroons.
macarons.
Because
Macarons?
are
Yeah, they're
known
little
not to
French,
have any.
like little, dessert, for little French desserts. They look like macarons, but they're made with.
No. I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Something that's made with flour.
No,
No,
I'm
it's all
talking
you
about the
even
one
sell
made out of
macaroons all year
dough.
round. There's other companies. that
I'm
sell
90%
it.
sure it's macarons.
Macarons. Okay, maybe.
Because macaroons are shahako. There's no flour in macaroons.
A little more expensive.
Okay.
Maybe
Anyway,
marzipan?
so maybe I'm not.
Marzipan,
That's how the
that's-
Lashon brought in the Kaf HaChaim.
marzipan,
Maybe
something
in
else.
English they say it differently. I thought that was the one made out of
Almond.
flour. The one
It
you.
is made out of flour, macaron. It's like a cake,
okay.
a little
It's
mini
called,
cake.
it's called macarons, not
Okay.
macaroons.
All right. So since I'm not sure what it is, then in English I will leave this aside. so Lamaisa again to say. I just want to make sure that some people trying to make a suffix in it, like some saying yes. On a pizza, I'm going back to the pizza. On a pizza, if you kovea suda, there is not one single opinion that says it's mezonos. It's absolute people trying to make it. Not every,
Even
it's,
with rice Paris.
I don't care what you got over there. If you get over the roif peres, chocolate, marmaladas, whatever you got into that pizza, if the
they have
dough
to
is
say for
is
sure
is
it's
is a
halal.
gliloso avo, according to Kula Alma, there's not one single opinion out there that if you make kviu suda on a pizza, it's mezonos. So people trying to make it like they want to make it. It's machloikes memela. I'm following the makel. There's no such a shita pizza. If you kviu suda, that's 100% lekule alma. It's hamoitzi. Shkoyach.